Hi everyone, welcome to my channel if you're new. If you're not new, welcome back. I'm Dee Christine and I just love using pretty and productive planning to manifest a beautiful life. And part of that in this video especially is going to be some goal setting. So I'm going to be doing a check-in with myself as far as the goals that I set from last month. We're going to talk about it. And then I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the YouTube Collab Loop Group, which this video is in collaboration with. So go ahead and grab something to drink, grab your planner, and meet me back here. So you guys may be familiar by now. If not, I'll catch you up. This video is part of the YouTube Collab Loop Group hosted by CreativelyLisaMarie on Instagram and YouTube. And so it's a huge group of creators who are going to be following the same theme for a given month. There are currently 4 loop groups happening at the same time, and I'm part of the OG loop group, and so our videos post the last Wednesday of the month. So what you want to do is head down to the description box of this video when you're done watching and check out the next link in the group, the next video in the group, and go ahead and follow it along. And when you've reached back to me, then you will have completed the loop. So a lot of people are going to be starting at different points, but it just gives all of us a chance to put our heads together and be creative and expressive towards like one theme, which is kind of like a challenge. And I've been enjoying it so far. And so because it's the last Wednesday of the month, it has been coinciding with my goal setting portion of my monthly planning workflow, where I just check in with myself, apply some self-awareness, and see how I'm doing with my goals. Like, did I do what I said I was going to do? And so let's just jump right into it. So first, let's take a look at last month. So because the March tab is here, the last page before the following month I dedicate towards doing a bit of reflection. And so in March I was really good with my fasting, lost a couple of pounds, but I felt like I was not getting up early enough to not feel rushed, and I felt like I was entirely too caffeinated. And so I said, hey, I'm going to switch my alarms around, and I'm going to put a note on the coffee maker to remind myself to lay off the coffee before a certain time, so I'm not like running off of coffee and fumes. And so I did change my alarms around. I did not put the note on the coffee maker, you guys. I absolutely did not, and I don't think I did a good job with this month, but that's okay. And I have been starting my days relatively earlier, at least for the first half of the month, but then my sleep schedule got messed up, and so I'm back to waking up entirely too late to do anything meaningful before my workday begins. And so because I didn't put the note on the coffee maker, I can't really say in good faith and integrity that I really stuck to my goal of delaying my first cup of coffee. I did it some days, but the majority of the days it was like the first thing that passed my lips. Let's keep it a stack. So now we're here, and like I said before, the theme for this YouTube Collab Loop Group is April showers. And so I decided I was going to just make my own stickers. Thanks to my girl Vea over at Planning My Own Magic, I actually feel a little bit more empowered to not feel like I have to just choose something out of a book that I purchased. So I found some clip art and I made them and I printed it out. You know, I like a little doll. She's cute. And I got some clouds. I also got some functional stickers and some scripts. So we're gonna see how this all pans out. I feel like it counts because I'm this doll, me. holding an umbrella. I got some clouds here, but I still wanted it to be like kind of springing. So I got some honeycombs and some jars. So I'm gonna see how this all comes out. I don't know how I feel about it, but everything's already printed, so we're rocking out with it. So this is what it's looking like. It's pretty cute. It's pretty cute. I kind of wanted it to be kind of like light, like the May tab. So I'm pleased with it. I'm gonna pull out the little functional labels I created, and I'm going to just use one to write out goals. Actually, no, I'm bugging. I actually made some scripts for these, so I might as well just go ahead and use them. And I'm going to, I think I might actually layer them. Okay, pretty good, pretty good. I realized like the outline on a lot of the letters was like a little bit too big for me, so I cut them down, and it's looking pretty cute. It's looking pretty cute. Hopefully this is giving April showers. And so let's go ahead and talk about the wins. So wins, the wins are, I actually did 2 extended fasts this month, and also non-health related, I ended up passing a bunch of tasks over to like different people, family and otherwise, to kind of like get it off of my plate, which before was hard to do. If you remember, like I did January reflections or February reflections, I was kind of struggling with that. And for some reason I snapped this month, and I was just like, no, you do this, you do that, leave me out of it. And it actually worked out. So I'm really proud of myself for that. And I did delay coffee some days, enough for me to not fully commit to saying that I didn't that I completely did not do it. Like I would say I did it about half the month combined, but it wasn't like consecutive days. So I'm gonna be rewriting some of my changes and goals for the next month, because it feels like you need to pick a new goal every single month, but a lot of times it does take more than a month for things to stick, especially if you haven't been consistent. So I'm giving myself permission to continue on goals that I set, and you should too. And it doesn't necessarily have to be, you know, on a habit tracker, or, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be like fitting into a little box, because everyone's goals are personal. So for me, it's gonna be kind of really working towards getting a solid rest and routine situation happening for, you know, my mental health and emotional health and physical health. And a lot of that does have to do with going to sleep earlier, delaying my coffee, managing my boundaries with other people, and practicing my own consistency. So definitely drop in the comments what goals you're working on, or if you are continuing goals from a previous month, and how you feel about your progress so far. And if you do monthly reflections, I would love to know. I started doing this last year, and it's been actually helping me become self-aware. So being self-aware is so important for like actually getting to the goal, right? You have to get to the goal. You have to be aware of where you are right now. So that's what this is about. I'm gonna stop rambling and move on to changes. So I'm still gonna be working on getting up earlier, but I'm gonna be focusing more on practicing going to bed earlier. I sit up, I scroll, I'm watching Game of Thrones, I'm like reading articles, I'm on forums, doing everything but going to sleep. So I'm gonna practice unplugging so that I can get to bed earlier. And I'm still gonna be trying to delay my first cup of coffee. And I'm going to do that probably by leaning more into getting my electrolytes and my vitamins in first, because that fills you up and it'll make it easier, I think, for me to delay my coffee, and hopefully it'll give me energy. And then my goal is to not just switch my alarms around, but figure out how to put do not disturb on my phone for real. Like put it on my phone so that it cuts off at a certain time, so that I can just start to disconnect, because we're always connected. If you're like me, and I know you are, we're like always connected to everything, and it's hard to rest when that's happening. And then lastly, I'm gonna start going back into keeping candles lit in my room, because they really do help me sleep better. It's like aromatherapy, I guess. And so it feels good and comforting, and it makes it easier for me to drift to sleep when I have some nice candles burning. So I'm going to actually prioritize stocking up on some candles to keep lit in my room, because the like maybe a week and a half that I just had a bunch of candles and I was burning it, I went to sleep just fine. I actually went to sleep just fine. So that tells me that I probably need to prioritize that. So I'm gonna write all of this in, probably put some little dot markers here. We'll check in to see if I feel like adding any deco. You guys know how I get. And then we'll talk one more time. Do you guys see what happened? My pen totally had some type of performance anxiety and totally conked out on me while I was writing. And so I had to switch out and get another one, but it's fine. It's still cute. And so I did add that I was going to do a mid-month check-in. I was just talking to somebody in the community. We were talking budgets, and we were talking about like us denying the presence of our budget while we're like spending and doing what we want to do, and having to kind of like balance the books eventually. And so I feel like that's the best way to kind of make sure you can recover just in case. And so I feel like I need to do that for my goals as well. Do like a mid-month check-in. I think so that I'll know exactly how many days I did or did not do something, and I can maybe adjust. Who knows? So I'm just going to pull out my little deco sheets. I'm trying to decide if I want to add anything. I don't really think it needs anything. I kind of wish I had made these smaller. Maybe I'll cut this. Yeah, maybe I'll cut it because y'all know how I get. Okay, so I think that is really it. That was quick. So I always feel better. I always feel better doing this so that I can take these tasks and work them into my weekly to-do list, and make a plan around it to at least get these done, and then I can check in to see, well, did this work? Did this actually help these things? Did I make more progress? And so I hope you did reflections too, or some type of goal check-in if you are goal setting. And again, if you did, definitely drop it in the comments so we can chat about it, so we can all do this alongside of each other. I want to thank you guys so much for watching me and supporting me. So happy to see 600 of you. My heart is so full. I'm so excited. I can't wait to get to know all of you so that we can just continue to put our heads together and use these planners and our focus and intention to create something beautiful. So if you like this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. And if you really like this video, please consider subscribing for more pretty and productive planning content. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram over at Honey Style Enjoy. And other than that, I hope you guys have a beautiful, beautiful, wonderful rest of your day. And I will see you in the next one.